Hello friends, welcome back to our channel IT India. This is going to be tutorial third for the series actual exam questions for AWS AI practitioner exam. So let's start with question number 21st of the series. Which feature of Amazon Open Search Service gives companies the ability to build vector database application? Here are the options. Take your time to guess the correct one. Here, the requirement of the question is that which feature of OpenSearch gives the ability to build vector database application. So these are few features of OpenSearch. Give the correct answer as per the requirement. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C, that is scalable index management and nearest neighbor search capability. Because the key feature of Amazon OpenSearch that enable companies to build vector database is its KNN, that is K nearest neighbor functionality, and that is specifically provided through KNN plugin. So this allows OpenSearch service to act as vector database with efficient vector similarity search capabilities. So option C is correct here. Now question number 22nd. Which option is use case of generative AI models? Here are the options. Take your time to go through all these options and then reveal the correct answer. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option B, creating photorealistic images from text description for digital marketing. Because generative AI models are designed to generate new content based on the input data. And this is asking the use case for generative AI model, right? And here in this case also, we are generating image. So this is the use case of generative AI model. Now question number 23rd. A company want to build a generative AI application by using Amazon Bedrock and need to choose a foundation model. The company want to know how much information can fit into one prompt, which consideration will inform the company's decision. So here the company want to understand how much information can fit in one prompt. Here are the options. So you can take your time to guess the correct answer. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option B, that is context window. This context window defines the maximum length of input prompt that the model can process. It directly limits how much information can be included. And you must be already aware temperature is different thing because that decides the or controls the randomness of the output. So that directly affects the creativity, not the input size. Batch size is the number of prompts processed at once, affecting throughput, but not the individual prompt length. Model size is also not suitable because this relates to the model's overall capacity and complexity. So I hope this is clear. Now question number 24. A company want to make a chatbot to help customers. The chatbot will help solve technical problems without human intervention. The company choose a foundation model for the chatbot. The chatbot need to produce responses that adhere to the company tone. Which solution meet these requirements? Here are the options. Take your time to go through and guess the correct answer. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option C. Experiment and refine the prompt until FM produces the desired response. Because this behavior and tone of a chatbot powered by a foundation model are influenced heavily by how the prompt is crafted. And by iterating one prompt and fine tuning it, you can guide the model to respond in a way that align with the company's tone, whether it is formal, friendly, technical, or casual. So this is common practice in prompt engineering to get the model to generate the output that matches the specific requirement. So experiment and refine the prompt until the FM produces the desired output is the correct answer here. Now question number 25th. A company want to use a large language model on Amazon Bedrock for sentiment analysis. The company want to classify the sentiments of text messages as positive or negative. Which prompt engineering strategy meet this requirement? Here are the options. You can go through all these options. Take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option A. Provide examples of text passages with corresponding positive or negative labels in the prompt, followed by the new text passage to be classified. So this is the correct answer here. And this approach uses a few short learning where you give model clear example of text passages labeled with sentiments either positive or negative. And by providing these examples in the prompt, the model is better able to understand the task and generalize it and to classify the text spaces correctly. So this one is correct here. Now question number 26. A security company is using Amazon Bedrock to run foundation models. The company want to ensure that only authorized users invoke the models. The company want to identify unauthorized access attempts to set appropriate AWS identity and access management policy and rules for future iteration for FMs. Which AWS service should the company use to identify unauthorized users that are trying to access the Amazon Bedrock? Here are the options. AWS Audit Manager, option B, option C, option D. So these are the options. Take your time, guess the correct one. The requirement is to identify unauthorized access attempt to set appropriate AWS identity and access management policies. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option B, AWS Cloud Trail. And that may be against your expectation because unauthorized. You may go for audit manager or fraud detector, but that is not the case. Here it is asking about the access attempts. So you may be already aware every API call or user activity across AWS services, including Amazon Bedrock, are recorded in AWS Cloud Trail. So you can verify and check who all are trying to access the AWS resources. So this will help you. However, to fix that, you have to use IAM policies. But to identify AWS Cloud Trail will be the correct answer. Now, question number 27. A company has developed an ML model for image classification. The company want to deploy the model to production so that the web application can use the model. The company need to implement a solution to host the model without managing any of the underlying infrastructure. Which solution meet these requirement? Here are the options. Take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. Use Amazon SageMaker serverless inference to deploy the model. This is the correct answer over here because it helps to host the model and serve prediction without managing infrastructure, provisioning, and configurations. Because this is serverless itself. Amazon CloudFront is different thing. You are already aware it is used for caching purpose. API gateway, AWS batch. These are not correct options here. So option A is correct here. Now question number 28. An AI company periodically evaluates its systems and processes with the help of independent software vendors. The company needs to receive email messages notification when an ISV's compliance report become available. Which AWS service the company use to meet these requirements? Here are the options. AWS Audit Manager, Artifact, Trusted Advisor, Data Exchange. Take your time to guess the correct one. Okay, now let me reveal the correct answer. AWS artifact will be the correct answer. I have already explained in previous videos that it keeps the record of compliance report and it provides that, right? But it has the additional feature of email notification as well that notify you when the report is available. So AWS artifact will be the correct answer here. And in most of the cases where compliance report is the concern or is the requirement, then AWS artifact will be the correct answer only. Now question number 29. A company want to use a large language model to develop a conversational agent. The company need to prevent the LLM from being manipulated with common prompt engineering techniques to perform undesirable actions or expose sensitive information. Which action will reduce these risks? Here are the options. Take your time to guess the correct one. Okay. Now let me reveal the correct answer. Option A, create a prompt template that teaches LLM to detect attack patterns. This will be the correct answer, because this is the best action to reduce the risk associated with the prompt manipulation and enhance the security and integrity of the conversational agent being developed. So this will be the correct answer. Increasing the temperature. We have already discussed it will increase the creativity. Avoiding using the LLM that are not listed. It will increase the limitation. So this is also not correct. And decreasing the number of input tokens, that is also not correct. Now question number 30. A company is using the generative AI security scoping metrics to assess security responsibilities for its solution. The company has identified four different solution. The company has identified four different solution scope based on the matrix. Which solution scope gives the company the most ownership of security responsibilities? Here are the options. Go through all these options, try to understand, and then give the correct answer. Requirement is ownership of the security responsibilities. Now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be option D, building and training a generative AI model from scratch by using specific data that a customer's own. Because if you build it from scratch, it assumes most of the ownership like data security, compliance, model development and training process. Everything will be in control, right? But here, what are other options? It is using third party enterprise application that is not ideal for security responsibilities. Again, this is using third party. Again, it is using third party. So these must be obviously not the correct answer. So building and training AI model from scratch is the correct answer here. So friends, this was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video and have a great learning. And don't forget to subscribe this channel.